All right, let's talk about Emoji. You've definitely heard it, you've probably felt it, that absolute monster track from SB19 and Jolin Tsai. But here's the thing, it's not just a banger, it's an incredible piece of engineering. So today, we're gonna pop the hood, we're gonna get our hands dirty, and do a full technical teardown of this viral masterpiece.
You know, I was trying to find the perfect way to describe this song, and one of our sources just nailed it. They called it a glitch in a neon cathedral. I mean, come on, that is perfect. It captures that feeling of something beautiful and grand, but also broken and digital. It's the perfect vibe for what we're about to dive into.
So, who are the masterminds behind this sound? Well, you've got two powerhouses colliding. You have SB19, the titans of P-pop, and they come in with these darker, really aggressive verses. And then, bam, the queen of C-pop herself, Jolin Tsai, steps in, and her parts are just so much brighter, so incredibly chic. It's this contrast, this constant back and forth that gives the song its incredible energy.
To really get this track, you have to start from the ground up, with the foundation. So, first up, the binary heartbeat. We're talking about the rhythm, the actual pulse that gets into your body and makes you move. And the first thing that hits you is the sheer speed. This thing is flying at 130 beats per minute. That is fast. It's not a relaxed, head-nodding tempo. It's frantic, it's designed to get your heart pounding, almost like it's mimicking the anxiety of just endlessly scrolling through your social media feed. It just doesn't let up. But here's the thing, it's not your standard pop beat, not even close. The engine under the hood here is Baile Funk. That's this raw, super high-energy street music from Brazil. And choosing this style is a huge statement. It connects the Philippines and Taiwan to Brazil, building this really cool global South musical identity. And here is the actual DNA of that beat. See, instead of a simple, steady kick drum, it's syncopated. It hits on 1, 3, 4, and then on that weird little upbeat after the 2. It gives you this lurching, kind of off-balance feeling that is just so addictive. That little stutter in the rhythm, that's the secret sauce right there. Okay, so we've got the physical pulse down. Now let's move up a layer, into the emotions of the song. Section 2, coding the emotional palette. This is all about how the music itself, the notes and chords, tell the story. The whole song is built on a foundation of F-sharp minor. Now, if you're not a music theory nerd, all you need to know is that minor keys are the go-to for sad, moody, or darker vibes. So right from the jump, even before anyone sings a single word, the song is telling you it's got this core of melancholy. But, and this is where it gets genius, they don't just stick to one scale. When SB19 is rapping, they use what's called the Aeolian mode, which is extra dark and aggressive. But then, when Jolin Tsai's vocals come in, the music switches to the Dorian mode. Just by changing one single note in the scale, the whole mood brightens up, it gets slicker. It's literally like they're applying a digital photo filter to the sound itself.
Now let's talk about that chorus. The chord progression uses something called a plagal cadence. What that means is that it never really feels like it's finished. It doesn't give you that satisfying end. Instead, it just feels like it could loop forever. Sound familiar? It's the musical equivalent of being stuck in an infinite scroll, swiping and swiping with no end in sight.
All right, we've got the rhythm, we've got the harmony. Now it's time to pull back one more layer in Section 3, the digital veil. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty production secrets that give the song that unmistakable techie texture. You hear all those tiny little clicks, glitches, and zaps buzzing around in the background? Yeah, those are not random. They're made with something called FM synthesis, and it was picked specifically because it can create sounds that sound just like notifications on your phone. It's like they're building a world of sound around you that feels like 1,000 unread messages, all demanding your attention.
Now listen really close to the harmonies and some of the background sounds. They sound kind of crunchy, a little lo-fi. That's an effect called a bit crusher. It basically intentionally degrades the audio quality. And they're not doing it by accident. It's a deliberate choice to make the music sound compressed, just like the fragmented, compressed version of ourselves that we put online.
Okay, this next one might be the coolest detail in the whole track. There's this effect they use called a buffer shuffler. And whenever the lyrics talk about a break or a glitch in communication, the audio itself starts to stutter and fall apart. The sound is physically acting out the meaning of the words. It's absolutely brilliant.
So you've got the rhythm, the harmony, all these digital tricks. What does it all add up to? Well, in our final section, we're going to connect all these dots and see how this song is basically creating a new language for Asian pop. When you boil it all down, Emoji is the perfect definition of a sad banger. It's this high-octane dance track that physically forces you to move, but when you listen to the words, it's all about anxiety and hiding your true feelings behind a smiling digital mask. And that contradiction, that irony, that's what makes its message so incredibly powerful.
You know, this track is so much more than just a hit song. It's a genuine cultural milestone. It takes the street sounds of South American baile funk and smashes them together with the super polished, high-gloss world of East Asian pop. One of our sources calls it A-pop integration, and it really feels like a doorway to a new, truly global sound.
And get this, the way they actually made the song is just as futuristic as how it sounds. Jolin Tsai was recording her vocals in a studio in Taipei. Meanwhile, SB19 was 700 miles away in Manila, listening in and giving feedback in real time. It was all possible because of super fast, low latency streaming that basically erased that massive physical distance. Just incredible.
So after we've taken it all apart, the beat, the chords, the digital glitches, we're left with this song that's as complex as it is catchy. It's proof that even in this hyper-digital world, you can still talk about something deeply human. Which brings us to the final question, really the question the song itself asks us. Which emoji really captures the vibe of this whole thing?